All right, this is Jimmy Cab's Tape to Broadcast, the 5158 of your series here in apparently downtown Los Angeles. Gentrification has definitely destroyed what I knew, but the one thing that stays the same is extreme underground music and venues like the Handband Factory. I don't need to introduce this young man here, but let me just say this. In Americana culture, in this day and age, there are very few artists that are sincere, real, and true musicians where they capture that American outlaw spirit. Scott Kelly, you're known for another band, but you have so many other musical projects, and what I've always admired and respected about you is that you branch out artistically and musically to venture into whatever you want, and you break all barriers. Hence, here we are now with this new project entitled, Mirrors for Psychic Warfare. That's an interesting name. Can we give you a generic question and ask, what is that all about? Does this have to do with the times that we're living in now? It's crazy.
No, it's pretty literal actually. It's kind of like it's like what you would set up in your mind to keep people away from the things that you do to protect yourself spiritually and psychically. You know, kind of like, what was that thing that Ronald Reagan did, Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
One of the things that is very interesting that I've always admired, and this is something that we've covered before, is the fact that, and excuse me for using this word, fearless in whatever realm artistically you choose to go to. This is interesting though, this project in itself. Give me a background of what inspired you to go in this direction with this project.
I don't know, I was just messing around a lot at home on my computer. I was kind of coming up with all this stuff, and came up with the name and started creating these tunes, and then I put out a 7-inch in Europe a couple years ago, and then I realized that I couldn't really perform it because I'm not really good enough with a computer to get up there and do the computer and then play guitar, and I didn't really want to do it that way, so I contacted Sanford and asked him if he wanted to get in on it with me, and he did, and so he kind of came in and did his thing to what I had already done, and kind of hot-rodded everything, and then we re-recorded some of the tracks that I had done and made them better for the album. And then we did a European tour about 18 months ago. We're going to do another one in January of 17. And this is our first American show is tonight. So we're starting to work on some new material. We're gonna play a little not quite finished new piece to start the show tonight. I think the future direction is definitely unmapped at this point. We'll see what we do when we're actually collaborating more, you know. Because like I said, he was basically going off of the structures and tracks that I had already built with the majority of the album. So.
But isn't that the adrenaline rush on this? Is the fact that here you come and you're completely branching out and doing what you want to do in whole other directions. And it's a thrill to find out what you create, no? What comes out of you?
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just kind of. I mean, it's a thrill and an honor to be able to create. Honestly, it's a gift. It's a gift,
especially now in this day and age.
Yeah, and I don't mean that like I have a gift. I mean that it's like it's a gift to be able to do it, you know?
The rewards of creativity.
Yeah, I mean, getting to be able to express yourself in that way, in this way, is very special, and I really respect it, you know?
Let me elaborate a little bit, because I don't want to be mundane, and I don't want to, in any way, shape, or form, pigeonhole you. You're known by a certain audience, a wider demographic, for the neurosis, the heaviness. Nothing wrong with that. But what I like about all your ventures and all your musical adventures that you go to, the creativity realm, is that it seems to all tie in together, where the creative juices are all remagnified, so to speak. All cylinders are running. Whatever you choose to do, it's coming from a humble, sincere place, where music lovers like myself are taken on a whole other ride of discovery, which is, in this day and age, very rare in the music business, because everything is corporated, everything is packaged. Right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, it reminds me of back in the 80s when you get an album and you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do too. I absolutely love that. And I don't subscribe to that method of doing things. I don't. I do it for just to be creative, man. Honestly, it's just to keep grinding. It's kind of. I'm just really driven to create, and everything spins off of the hub of Neurosis. That's the center of everything that I do, and it all relates back to it in some way. You'll hear, the influences of the side projects and stuff coming back into Neurosis on some levels at different points. The same stuff with the things that Steve is doing, and the things that Dave is doing, and the things that Jason's doing, the things that Noah's doing. I mean, we're all working on other projects too. But without Neurosis, none of it is possible, you know. That's really a key element to it all, is that was our education. That's where our true spirituality lies, is within that band and that family that we created, you know. So I wouldn't cheapen anything I do with washing it out with the corporate tag. It's not that I'm against making money. I'm not. I would love to make money. I'm just not willing to compromise to do it. So if there's a way to do that and make money, I'm open to it. But at this point, 31 years into the game, it hasn't happened. So, and I'm not getting any prettier. So I'm not feeling that big corporate push coming my way. I'm sure it'll go elsewhere, and that's just fine.
One of the things that has to be rewarding, though, as you mentioned, here in the United States, you're starting the tour, and then you'll be traveling to Europe. You're actually doing 12 dates here in the United States. Make sure you go on the website, or the Neurot website, to check out the dates.
NeurotRecordings.com.
But one of the things that has to be rewarding is that you've built an audience on all your different projects that not only embrace what you're doing, okay, but that they look forward to what the new chapter is with Scott Kelly and whoever you're collaborating with, hence why I'm here. And I also like the fact that you can't, as in this day and age, everything has to be tagged and labeled. I like the fact that when I walk upstairs to this place, my mind is going to be open to what you are putting out, and there's no need for a label. Heavy this. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, but you feel what I'm saying? It's the whole real relationship with music, which is, you don't listen to music just because it's labeled. You listen to music because you want it to take you away from.
It moves you.
Right.
Because it's got emotion.
How are you enjoying having this music performed live? This new project.
I really like it. It's different, and we're still exploring it. So it's still very much. I don't know if you've heard it or how much. Okay, so you understand somewhat what's going on with it. there's a lot of noise involved with it, and so we're trying to figure out how to perform it, because it's a little bit difficult at times, figuring out how to hear, your cues and to move with it. The structures are pretty unorthodox, and but we're figuring it out. And like I said, bringing Sanford in was just a huge benefit to the whole thing, because, well, I mean,
You've collaborated with him before.
Absolutely, and successfully, and we work together very easily. We see things the same way, hear things the same way. We're into the same shit, and so I very much look forward to the next record, and doing these tours, and like having more time to play together, and like expand our minds as to what we can do and what comes next. And I thoroughly enjoy this, and I like playing a place like this. The Handbag Factory is a cool spot. It's a DIY spot. I'm totally down with that. I like to play more intimate places. Neurosis isn't really able to do that anymore, and I miss it. So it's good to get out and do that.
It's grounding, right?
It totally is, and it's it's right back to roots.
For those of you that have not heard the new project of Scott Kelly, and also let's mention.
Well, I mean, there's Corrections House, of course, which is got a couple albums out. There's The Road Home, which has an album out. There's the now defunct Shrine Builder. Yeah, there's my solo stuff. I've got a couple solo records out. I'm sure there's other things too that I'm not thinking of. There's a bunch of Mastodon songs that I sang on. There's all kinds of stuff. I've been working hard.
The thing is this day and age, it's very rare to find an artist, a musician, that really enjoys what he does and does it for the love of it, where you and I are rewarded. Here we are, a new chapter, a new project, a new mind-opening experience. Make sure you go and check out this tour. This is the first tour ever.
In America, it is.
Right.
This is the first show tonight, so.
You got to go check it out. Make sure you go check out Mirrors of Psychic Warfare. You can pick up the album. It's been out since April. You're going to be going to Europe. When will you be going to Europe?
We start on the 12th of January.
And the album is out now on Neuron?
Yep. Mirrors for Psychic Warfare.
Music in this day and age is indeed the saving grace in these chaotic fucking times. Wherever you're at, whatever you feel politically, religiously, we need some grounding. Music is the escape. Scott Kelly, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, man, my pleasure.